Welcome to the MM540 installation video. Before starting on your installation, it is important to ensure that the MM540 will fit your specific mounting needs. You can easily verify this by utilizing the MantelMount installation calculator, which can be found on our website, MantelMount.com. By entering a few key measurements, this calculator will help you find the perfect mount for your installation. Before starting your installation, you should pause this video and gather the necessary tools to ensure a successful install. Once you are ready, hit play to continue.
Hi, I'm Chris with MantelMount, and today we'll be walking you through the installation of our MM540 Enhanced Pull-Down TV Mount. For our installation, we've already used our online installation calculator to confirm that our mantle depth, our vertical wall space, and our mount will all accommodate our television and soundbar. We've also located the structural wall studs closest to the center of our mantle, which for video purposes, we marked with blue tape, and we've ensured that the distance between them is no more than 28 inches on center. In addition, we've identified the center of our mantle as this is where we're going to want to place our lifting arm. So now that we've verified all of our installation requirements, let's get started and open our box.
Let's begin by unpacking our MM540 to verify and familiarize us with all the parts of the mount. Your MM540 should include the following: one TV brace, two wall covers, one lifting arm, two vertical braces, two brace extenders, one heat sensor, two wall plates, one horizontal brace, two soundbar wings, a silver and a black hardware packet, one template, and most important of all, our installation guide. Once you have verified all the parts are accounted for, you're ready to move on with the installation. Step 1. Attaching the braces to the TV. For the first step of our installation, we will need to locate the following parts. We will start by placing our TV screen side down on a flat blanketed surface and test fitting our components onto the back of the TV. For our installation, we will also be installing a soundbar to our mount, so we'll be test fitting that as well. Next, we'll place the vertical braces on the back of the TV over the VESA holes so that the bottom of the vertical braces are 3 to 10 inches from the bottom of the TV or soundbar if you're using one as we are here. Do not attach the braces yet as we are still just test fitting. Once we are satisfied with the placement, we will test fit the brace extenders, making sure to leave enough room to reach the soundbar. Now we will test fit the horizontal brace. Since our soundbar is wider than our horizontal brace, we will also need to test fit the soundbar wings to compensate for the soundbar's mounting holes. Once we are satisfied with the placement, we can begin to attach the braces to the back of the TV. But first, we will need to measure the distance from the bottom of the vertical braces to the bottom of the soundbar. For our installation, the distance was 7 inches. We will need to note this number for step 2 of our installation. If you do not intend to use a soundbar for your installation, you'll only need to measure from the bottom of the vertical braces to the bottom of the TV. Next, we'll attach the vertical braces to the back of our TV using the appropriate screws from our silver hardware packet. To help determine what screws to use, we placed our Allen key into the VESA hole to help determine the depth of the screws we will need. Once we have located the correct hardware, we can begin to attach the braces to the back of our TV using a Phillips head screwdriver. It is crucial we select the correct screw size, as using a screw that is too long can potentially damage your TV. To make this process easier for you, your hardware packet includes a variety of spacers. The included spacers are designed to assist you in achieving the right thread engagement without the risk of hitting the bottom of the threaded insert. Next, we will need to attach the horizontal braces to the brace extenders. Positioning the horizontal brace so that it extends an equal amount on either side of the brace extenders. Once we have determined placement, we will attach the horizontal brace to the brace extenders using two number 15 screws from our black hardware packet. Once secured into place, we can flip the brace extenders onto the vertical braces and secure them in place by using two number 18 screws and two number 23 nuts. We will only be hand tightening these screws for now, as we are still just test fitting the components onto our braces. Next, we will be attaching the center handle to the horizontal brace using two number 15 screws, ensuring that the handle is no more than 1 inch from the bottom of the soundbar. Next, we'll attach the soundbar wings onto the front of our horizontal brace at the predetermined location from our test fitting, using 2 number 15 screws and 2 number 23 nuts from our black hardware packet. Before tightening these down, we'll confirm their position using our soundbar as a guide. Once we are satisfied with their placement, we can continue to secure the brace extenders onto the vertical braces using 2 more number 18 screws and number 23 nuts, and tighten them down using your Allen key and wrench. Once everything is secure and locked down, we are ready to move on to the next step of our installation. Step 2. Determining wall placement. For this next step, we will need to refer to the chart in step 2.2 of our installation manual. Using this chart, we will determine the minimum distance required to mount the wall plates above the mantel. To do this, we will need 2 measurements. Measurement 1. The distance from the bottom of the vertical braces to the bottom of the soundbar. For our installation, that distance is 7 inches. We will now need to find that measurement on the left-hand column of the chart. Next, we will need to measure the depth of our mantel. The depth of our mantel is the distance from the back wall to the front edge of our mantel. For our installation, that distance is 8 inches. We will now need to find that measurement on the top row of the chart. We will now need to determine where these numbers intersect on the chart, giving us a minimum mounting distance of 7 inches. This is the minimum allowable distance to ensure our installation clears the mantel. With this information, we can now take a level and mark a straight line 7 inches above our mantel. Next, let's take the wall plate template and position it on the line we just drew, making sure to keep the level line centered within the lower template holes. Try and position the template so that the holes align with the centers of our wall studs. Using a pen or a pencil, we'll now mark the template and the center of 4 of the slots as close as we can to the center of 4 of the wall studs. Step 3. Attaching mount to the wall. For this next step, we will need to locate the following parts. We will start with the lifting arm lying face down on the table in front of you. To secure the wall plates to the lifting arm, you will first need to locate the 2 threaded holes in the center channel of the back of the lifting arm and the 2 threaded holes at the bottom of the lifting arm. Now, let's locate the holes in the back channels of the wall plates. Using a measuring tape and a pencil, we'll mark a center line on the back of the lifting arm, as well as on the wall plates. This mark will be used to center align the wall plates to the lifting arm. Please note, it is important to try and keep your lifting arm centered on the mantel. If the placement of your wall studs do not allow you to center align the wall plates over the mantel, the lifting arm can be adjusted left or right on the wall plates to compensate for this distance. We will now run 2 number 14 bolts through the back channel of the wall plates and use our fingers to thread those bolts into the bottom holes of the lifting arm. Once the bolts are seated into the threads, we can use a 14mm wrench to tighten them down. We will now repeat this process using 2 number 14 bolts through the back channel of the wall plates and into the threaded holes located in the channel of the back of the lifting arm. If you have trouble getting the bolt head to seat properly on the threaded inserts, you can use a flathead screwdriver to gently press on the head of the bolt while rotating the bolt head with your fingers, as shown here. Next, as an option, we are going to jump ahead to step 3.7 of our installation manual, as this step may require the use of a ladder depending on the height of your installation. So we've chosen to attach our TV brace to the lifting arm prior to attaching the lifting arm to the wall. Let's go ahead and flip our lifting arm over and align the tab of the tilt plate into the slot of the TV brace. Once inserted, flip it back over and secure the TV brace onto the lifting arm using an Allen wrench and 4 number 15 leveling screws from our black hardware packet. Before tightening the TV brace down, we'll adjust the brace so that they appear close to level with the wall plates. Next, let's go back to our mantle and retrieve our template so we can use it to mark the wall braces where we will be attaching them to the wall. We will repeat this process for all 4 holes. Let's go back to our mantle. Using an awl, we will punch in 4 pilot holes at the marks we previously made on our wall. Now, using our drill and a 7/32 drill bit, let's drill out 4 pilot holes to a depth of 2.5 inches. Being mindful to drill the holes straight into the wall and not at an angle. For the next part of this installation, we are using a piece of cardboard to protect the top of our mantle, so we can gently rest our mount on the mantle as we prepare to position it over the holes we just drilled. You may find this step easier with the help of an assistant, but it can be performed by one person. We will locate the pencil marks we indicated on the wall plates and gently position those over the holes we just drilled in our wall. While continuing to hold the mount over the holes, we will secure our mount to the wall using 4 number 17 lag bolts. If you choose to use a drill to insert the lag bolts as we are here, it is important that you do not fully secure the lag bolts with the drill, as this could cause damage to your wall studs. You should only use the drill until the lag bolts sit about a 1/4 inch from the wall, and then switch to a 13mm socket wrench to tighten the 4 lag bolts down by hand. Doing this will help prevent potential damage and will also allow you to adjust the wall plates to a level position. It is important that the wall plates are adjusted to sit level against the wall, as this will help us achieve a level television when making our final adjustments. While your lifting arm is still fully exposed, this would be a good time to secure any cables and wiring to the lifting arm using the supplied cable tie anchors and zip ties. Simply insert the cable tie anchors into the holes located on the bottom of the lifting arm. Make a gentle loop, as the cables must be long enough to accommodate the extension and swivel of the mount. Once attached, check all ranges of motion to ensure the cables move freely and do not get caught up in the lifting arm. Step 4. Attaching TV to the mount. This next step of the installation process will require 2 people to complete. We'll start this step by grabbing onto the TV brace and using our body weight to firmly pull down the TV brace. A second person must insert the safety bolt through the holes at the bottom of the lifting arm and install the safety nut. Slowly release the TV brace until the lifting arm gently comes to rest against the safety bolt. For safety reasons, do not reach through the lifting arm when inserting the safety bolt or nut. The lifting arm should remain in the horizontal position during this next part of the installation. While the lifting arm is in this position, it is a good time to place a level at the top of the TV brace to ensure the brace is level before attaching the TV. This step may require you to slightly loosen the 4 leveling screws. After we've leveled our TV brace, we can go ahead and tighten down the screws, securing the brace onto the lifting arm. Next, you and your assistant must carefully hang the TV on the TV brace, making sure that all the hooks on the vertical braces engage the TV brace. Now that we have our TV on the TV brace, we can begin to center it. Measure from the edge of the TV brace to the outer edge of the vertical brace. Once both sides are equal, you can attach the TV brace to the vertical brace using 4 number 15 screws with a 4mm hex wrench. Step 5. Making final adjustments. Now that our TV and soundbar are attached, it's time to make some final adjustments. We'll start by adjusting the lifting force for the TV. MantelMount is designed to keep the TV secure in the up position while also allowing it to gently rest in the down position. If you're finding it difficult to raise or lower the TV, you may have to adjust the tension bolt in order to compensate for the weight of your TV. When adjusted properly, the TV should almost stay up against the safety bolt when raised and slowly lower to the bottom position when released. For heavy TVs, turn the tension bolt clockwise to move the gas spring down and increase the lifting force. Turn counterclockwise for lighter TVs. The gas springs will move slowly as you turn the tension bolt. Their movement is subtle, so please be patient as it may take multiple revolutions to reach the desired tension. Once the tension has been properly adjusted, you will need to remove the safety bolt in order to raise your mount into the home position. To keep the TV from bumping the mantel or wall, it may be necessary to adjust the side swivel stop's position. To adjust the stop position, loosen the lock nuts and adjust the swivel stop screws to the desired stopping position. Once that position has been achieved, you will then need to re-tighten the lock nuts after the adjustments are made and repeat the process on the other side of the mount. Next, your MM540 is set for the maximum lowering distance. If you wish to limit the amount of downward travel, you can do this by adjusting the bottom stop position. Simply loosen the lock nuts and adjust the bottom stop screws to the desired stopping point. Then retighten them to lock the stopping point in place. For our final adjustment, we will adjust the vertical tilt position. Locate the two sliding knobs on each side of the tilt mechanism on the lifting arm. Slightly loosen the knobs and position the TV to the desired tilt. Then tighten the knobs. The tilt will remain at the same angle while the mount is raised or lowered, unless it is manually changed. Next, we will attach the wall plates over the wall braces. Since our outlet is situated between the wall braces and behind the wall plates, we notched out the wall plates for a neat, clean, finished looking installation. Lastly, we'll give our mount one final check to see that we are level, and make sure we get full range of motion. We have now finished installing our MM540.
Thanks for watching our MM540 installation video. We trust you found this video helpful, but if you have any questions or concerns about your installation, please feel free to reach out to our customer support team using our email, support@mantelmount.com, or by using our toll-free number shown below. Thanks for watching.